What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video, another unsolved case with two toddlers. The sad disappearance of two toddlers being missing for 3 decades. Very sad story, very traumatizing story. I happened to run across this story and I read about it and I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a story on it. Present it to my YouTube friends, my YouTube audience, because this case was very sad. It was sad. And again, this case is 3 decades old. It's sad when you read stories about children that are kidnapped, become missing, and you don't hear nothing else from them ever again. It's sad. Christopher Dansby, age 2, went missing May 18th, 1989, while playing at Martin Luther King Playground in Harlem neighborhood in Manhattan. Allison Dansby, which is Christopher's mother, spoke to WPIX in 2014. She said she was not with Christopher on the day of his disappearance. Her mother was caring for the boys and watching them play at the park, Allison says. When she returned, she reports she only saw one of her children playing. She says she started to panic when she looked around the whole park and he was nowhere to be found in the park. So, guys, she was never even with her son the day of his disappearance. You know, the little boy was with his grandmother. They're out having fun. So none of this Allison, I'm pretty sure, was not expecting. So she wasn't even with him. So can you imagine that? Your actual last time seeing your son or your daughter, they end up getting kidnapped with being with somebody else. You're not even actually with them to, I guess, try to fix the issue if you could, if you were there. I'm pretty sure that, haunts Allison for not being there. Not saying that it is her fault. No, it's not her fault. The kid was with the grandmother. They're having fun. But I'm pretty sure it haunts her that she wasn't around to at least try to prevent the issue. She wasn't even around. So the only thing that Allison can remember are the last photos, the last memories of Christopher, of what she had. The very last day of his memory before he disappeared. That's all that she has. And then from all the way back from when he was a baby. So that part is sad, She wasn't even there. And I'm pretty sure the grandmother's devastated. She probably feel like it's her fault just because the child was with her. And that's not even the case. Whoever was out there at the time had no business snatching another person's child. It's not the grandmother's fault. It's not the mother's fault. They're just going on with their day, doing whatever they want to do for that day, and that happens. So I feel for Allison. Allison wasn't even there to... I'm pretty sure she's thinking, like I said, to try to save the situation if she was there. Shane Walker's disappearance, only at 19 months old, in August In 1989, in the same year Christopher Dansby disappeared, just 3 months apart, Rosa Glover, Shane Walker's mother, spoke to ABC 7 and instantly remembers the day her son Shane went missing and how her life has never been the same. Rosa said there was a boy and a girl who were several years older than Shane, showing him attention and playing with him at the park. She said several minutes later, while sitting on the bench, a man sat next to her and distracted her. Glover says she only looked away for a moment, looked back, and her son was gone. Her heart dropped, she says. Despite the decades that have passed, both mothers will never stop looking for their children. When I read that Rosa told the news the people that were around Shane were a few years older, like, that's a red flag right there. A few years older and your baby's only 19 months old. Why is anybody that older that don't know the child, that's a stranger, around a baby like that? Somebody's baby. That was a red flag to me. Why was somebody that much older that infatuated of playing with a 19-month-old baby that they didn't even know? They're not related to them. They're not friends. They didn't go to the park together. Nothing. That's a red flag. And once Rosa noticed that, that should have been her wake-up call. But Rosa, it didn't pick up. It didn't register to Rosa. The guy, she said, that was sitting on the bench to distract her, it sounded like to me that was a part of the setup so that they could kidnap Shane. So Rosa had the clues in front of her. It just didn't register to her to say, hey, let me get my baby and go. Or let me get my baby and go somewhere else on the other side of the park. It didn't register, but the clues was there. Yeah, I just felt like that was a red flag. She noticed that they were very much older and was so infatuated playing with this 19-month-old child. So yeah, you gotta be careful out here. You gotta be careful out here, because it is some people out here that's crazy. They crazy. It's psychotic to go all the way out and try to take someone else's child that doesn't belong to them. And can you imagine looking away for a second and then turning back and then gone? Things like that happen within seconds, not minutes, not hours, within seconds, within a blink of an eye. So the clues was there. Rosa it just didn't register. Is it her fault? No, it's not her fault. She there with her child, taking him to the park, spending time with him. But it was a setup, whoever those people were, to kidnap that 19-month-old child, Shane. And Christopher, too. 3 months apart. Could the suspects be the same people? Possibly. but there's no information on it. This case has been unsolved since 1989. Now that it's 2025, Christopher and Shane, they would be adults right now. They are adults if they're still alive. You just never know. Even though they vanished out of sight, out of mind, these two mothers, Allison and Rosa, they never got a chance to see their kids again. Once they disappeared, they never got to see them again. It's almost like they never had a baby. It's almost like Allison never had Christopher. Rosa never had Shane. That's how fast they vanished out of their lives from that part. So if they are still alive, they would be adults right now in their 30s. So as you can see here, how they possibly would look as adults. I wanted to make this story. I'm glad I made this story / video. It's traumatizing. Sad story. These two mothers will never see their children again off of foolishness from someone else that clearly is not in the right mind. There's a mental thing going on for you to have to go out there in this world and take somebody else's child. And the parent never sees them again. It doesn't make any sense, but people do it. Keep your mind together. Stay focused. There's too much going on out here in this world that will get your butt caught up. So prayers out to Allison and Rosa. It's a traumatizing situation. I just couldn't imagine it. I have children. I don't know what I would do. I would have lost it. So, yeah, for something like that, you turn your head one time and turn it back and your kid gone. It's like, anybody that know something like that, your heart gonna drop right down to your freaking feet so fast. Because it's almost like you're gonna be in shock. You can't believe it. Like, you're gonna be going through so many emotions. You heard what Rosa said, or maybe it was Allison. When they realized that their child was not around, one of the mothers said their heart dropped. I think it was Allison. Maybe it was Rosa, but one of them said their heart dropped. Yeah, your heart gonna drop right down to your feet. Crazy situation, but prayers out to the mothers. Again, I'm glad I made this video. I hope y'all, like the video as far as relating to this unsolved case. You can comment below if you want. This is a sensitive topic, so no negative or harsh comments, please. I would appreciate that. But yeah, definitely I wanted to make this story. I wanted to make this video. This was just sad. Once I read it, I knew I had to share the story. And it'd be many more to come. It's a lot of stories that I want to share. And I will. It just takes time putting it all together and presenting it. So I'll definitely be back, y'all. Hope y'all enjoying this month, this April. Stay positive. Stay cool. Peace.